A little old test here, a little discussion over on the Friendly Metal Detective Forum. Okay, modern trash, locating targets in the wild. Well, let me just say this straight up. If you find a target with one detector that's given maybe high-tone, higher conductor in modern trash, and you ask other people with metal detectors to come over and swing over it, that's not the same, okay? You know where it's at. You're anticipating it. You may even be manipulating your call to a certain degree that you wouldn't normally do when you're out in the wild detecting, okay? So, without further ado, I've got a clad dime over here. We may use that setting solo. This is a silver mercury dime. Elevated can slaw. I cut it with scissors. That's a pretty sizable piece. Ball of foil. Now, why did I put that ball of foil down there? I put that ball of foil down there to keep a detector blocked from coming from the right to the left. Some detectors without that foil there could actually hit that dime there, meaning as the call is a-coming, okay? Before it gets too far over that can slaw. So this is a real challenge test. Could you see this in the wild? Absolutely. Okay, so here we go. The old Equinox, 50 tones, part 1, and we'll listen to this machine at speed 4, 5, and 6. It's currently a speed 4. Sensitivity 23. That's plenty of sensitivity for this test right here. Here's the clad dime. Now, that is a silver dime. You hear that? 50 tones, and I'm going to sweep over this, and I'm going to try to stay about a ½ inch to an inch over that can slaw. You get to hear that detector. Okay? You're out in the wild and you're sweeping. Real slow sweep. See, a real slow sweep, you hear sort of a little high tone trying to come in there, but what about a regular sweep? See that? Okay, now we're going to turn this one off. Here's the old mighty Etrac. Now it's set up, fast recovery on. We may turn that Equinox back on. We'll look at some different speed settings. I can already tell you right now, it's not going to improve it. Okay, 28 below on the right side is disc out. Okay. Here's the manual. We'll just say here's manual 24 sensitivity. You get to hear that clad dime there, okay? Now let's sweep over this and see what we hear with this machine here now. You hear that? You can clearly hear that dime. You can hear that high tone in this machine. I got a thunderstorm off to my south a little bit here. Okay, so you clearly hear that dime down there in the wild with a sweep. Now, what about a real slow sweep? So that helps it a little. So you got to hear that Etrac there, okay? It's doing a better job on that target than that Equinox is in part 1. What about the mighty Deus 2? Now, we'll look at deep high conductor. Okay? Speed 2, boys. That's how it's default setting. And when I go in here, I'm going to go in here and just change the tones from 2 to full tones, okay? Disc is at 90. It's all default. I just changed the tones on this detector. Here's a clad dime. You get to hear that. Now, I'm going to sweep this. Now, listen. You hear that dime in that audio? So on this test right here in deep high conductor, the Deus 2 is actually performing, in my opinion, better than the Etrac, but the Etrac's performing better than the Equinox, okay? Okay, now while we've got this machine on, I'm going to turn the Equinox back on. I don't play tricks, boys. Okay, we're going to go into the fast program. Okay? And I'm going to leave it at pitch tone, and what we're going to do is I'm going to go in here and I'm going to add some notch. Let's pretend we're looking for high conductors, and we're going to use a program that uses higher frequency. The fast program uses higher frequency. One wouldn't think you could look for higher conductors in modern trash. Well, let's see what it does here. Okay, that's a 86 knots right there, okay? 86 knots. Speed 2, okay? Let's see what we get here. Here's the clad dime. Okay, let's see what we get here. So that's not helping us there, is it? My notch is too high, see? So that's not going to work. Okay? Not going to work. So I'm going to turn this machine off. We're going to turn the Equinox back on, and we'll change the speed settings on it, because I don't want anybody complaining. I'm not favoring any of these machines, boys. I didn't make a single one of them, okay? Speed 5. Here's the clad dime setting solo. So now we're going to come over this. You get to listen to that audio in that machine. Speed 6. Okay, I'm going to go over and hover. That's a lot of mumbo jumbo in there, you know. Now I'm running, disc open, segment 1 is took out of part 1, but that's not bothering this test here, okay? Back to speed 5, I believe that's the default setting. See if somebody located this target with a DS2, and they're standing like I'm standing, and I come over here with this Equinox, see, I could take it like it is right now, and I could wiggle the call over and say, oh, yeah, boys, I hear that down there, okay? I hear it. Yeah, but you didn't find it with this detector, okay? But you can watch the meter track on that target there. I'm going to hold my head down where you see that camera. You got to be on your game to find that dime with this machine right here, okay? Out in the wild, sweeping like I'm sweeping, okay? You can watch the meter on it and listen to the machine, okay? Let's turn the DS2 back on. We'll go back to deep high conductor, and I'll let you watch the meter on it, okay? With it, the screen open on it, just full tones, okay? People want to know what the differences are in these machines. I try to show differences. Okay. So we're accepted all the non-ferrous, and we're at full tones reactivity 2. Blow the ID up so you can watch this. You hear that? Listen. Watch that ID. Okay, so you can clearly hear that target. Now, this external speaker is not doing this machine justice, ladies and gentlemen. You put headphones on and you sweep over that right there, it's going to sound a lot better than what you're hearing in this external speaker, okay? Now, what we're going to do next, we're going to go in here. We're going down here to notch. And I'm going to put a bunch of notch in this program. Watch what happens here now. Let's say you're out in the sun and you don't even want to dig a zinc and penny for all practical purposes. There's a notch of 87 in this machine. 0 through 87 is notch speed 2. You see the meter, what the meter's reading? You see how fast I'm sweeping that? You can't sweep either one of those detectors over there that fast and get that indication that that high conductor is down there. If I try to set that Etrac up and get rid of zinc and pennies, you're not going to be able to sweep it this fast. I've done some videos showing that, okay? And actually, it won't even perform as good as this machine right here will. And the Equinox, it's not going to do it either, okay? But you hear that? That's a fast sweep. So you all be your own judge. You know, I can show another test with just using one piece of fall over a dime, and you'll see I've done a video showing that, but I may do another one.